So how do we position ourselves even before we set up or even we want to do direct redirections? And it is all doable, and what I'm going to share with you is a quadrant in which this will explain everything to you. So now, let's look into what we can do in terms of positioning ourselves even before we reach out to our desired customers. This is Shen here, by the way, and what I do is I help business owners, I help entrepreneurs to run better business online, to scale them to be more profitable using the right marketing strategies. Over here, in terms of positioning, normally there is a quadrant that we can use to illustrate the whole scenario. So over here, this is a quadrant that I'm going to show you, and what we label them is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 3, quadrant 2, and quadrant 4. So this is the quadrant that represents the whole industry, the whole market, that in whichever market you're in whichever service that you are providing. So over here in this quadrant, there are always 4 different types of players in the markets. So over here, perhaps in the quadrant number 1 here, this is where we will call them in terms of like in this axis we call them to be unknowns. All right. So basically, if you are new, you are probably falling under this category because you are new and not many people know you, and this is where you want to scale your business to the next level. So over here, in the bottom part of this quadrant here, we have business which are already set up long ago, already established, and basically they are well known because of their experience, because of their past service that they have provided for to their customers. So we have unknown and known in the quadrant, and over here on the right side, we basically have the market that they are targeting. Perhaps this is something that we call them mid to high-end markets. All right, so this is mid to high-end market, and over here on the at the opposite here will be something that we call lower end and mid end. So this is what we have in the markets: non-well-known, low end to high end. So over here in the first quadrant, this is what we would normally see, and this is what the first quadrant we always encounter this type of market players, in which we call them a disruptor. So as the name suggests, they are into this market to disrupt the markets. So they are the one who comes in and go out from markets, in and out, in which their strategy is basically they just want to earn big money, quick money, fast money, or they just want to test out the market, whether this market is suitable for them or not. So they will be able to guide, to judge, to see whether they want to continue. So normally when the disruptors come into the market as a newcomer, because they are unknown, they are always looking at low to medium end customers, in which their pricing is always at the cheaper side, at the lower end. So this is where you always get disruptors to offer really affordable, really below market price, but many times the quality is also compensated. So now, after having disruptors, for example, then we have the regular player or market players in the markets, in which these regular players they actually take up the biggest chunk in the pie, in the market share itself. Many of them, all right, basically their products, services, well, they are hitting to the right customers, to the customer base they want, at a very affordable price, not too high, not too low, but is in the middle or slightly lower, or whatever it is. It is about plus minus in terms of like market share, in terms of like pricing and quality. So their quality, their price is not too bad. It's always up to the standard that people can expect. However, in this chunk, in this quadrant, usually the players are into something called price war, the battle of price war. They are fighting against each other to drop their prices so that they can get more market share. So this is where we have the second quadrant here. If we move into the fourth quadrant here, in which this is the high-end or mid to high-end quadrant, in which we will see that some of these non-established players, they are already there. And what they have is they actually take up the very niche market, that very niche group of people they want to serve. So basically their pricing is on the higher side, and they have premium items to sell. Their quality is at premium, high quality. So this is where we go for the high end or high tickets. So now we have covered all of this, regular and high ticket, and this is the last quadrant that I want to explain to you, in which this is what we call accelerator, in which accelerator appears in between regular and a premium player or high ticket player, in which this is where we find it is the most it gives the most advantages in terms of scaling our business to the next level, to the high end, to whoever we want to serve next time. So that means this is where we are able to position ourselves in between the regular and the high ticket, a premium, in which we will be able to offer good quality of products, for example, which is nearer to the high-end products. All right. At the same time, we are able to offer them pricing which is very near to the regular pricing, the usual pricing that they can expect from the market. In which it means that it doesn't really mean it is not necessary that it has to be same as the regular pricing, but it can be slightly higher, but with just slightly more to pay, more money to pay. That means you are able to get much better quality, much better expectation as compared to regular. But at the same time, the pricing as compared to the high ticket, the premium players, they are much more affordable. And this is where, over the long term, that you are able to build your brand. All right, you are able to build a brand, to scale it up, and to become one of the premium player in future. And now I'm going to share with you some examples that I personally have encountered. For example, that this gaming chair that I've used, that I have purchased a few weeks ago. So before that, I actually did some research online to find out what are the chairs that are available at good price, that fit my budget, that fits my requirement, for example, in terms of the quality, the comfort, and so on. So this is what I have found out in terms of, even for gaming chair market itself, they are also into these 4 different quadrants in which you are able to see. They are disruptors. For example, there's disruptors that a lot of the brands are basically unknown, in which they probably are using third-party brands with no branding, with no logo on it. However, the price itself is at very, very affordable range. It's like maybe 200 ringgit that you'll be able to get one chair. But well, if you're talking about the quality is unidentified. So then we move on to regular. Over here, regular is there'll be some brands, for example, like TT Racing. If you are in gaming world, you probably will know this chair. They are one of the big players that they are selling tons of gaming chair at very affordable price. Their target market is always the everyday people, the regular people, and that's where I believe that they have a few ranges, but I believe generally their range is over here in the usual basis. Then we have high tickets, in which high ticket, the premium gaming chair, we have certain brands, like for example Secret Labs, and we have something like called Victorage. These are really high-end and quality chairs, but at really high price as well. And after that, as I conduct my further research, then I found that this is the one that fits me most, right? And this is the brand called Thomas. And in fact, if you look at this brand itself, This brand Thomas is actually a shoemaker. They sell shoes, but they are entering into gaming chair market, and this is where they start putting themselves, putting their feet in this quadrant, in this accelerator quadrant, as the mid to high-end gaming chair producer. That means their pricing might be slightly higher compared to the regular ones like TT Racing, for example. But at the same time, their quality, based on the reviews from many gamers, that they are way above a lot of the brands. Well, of course, probably you can't. They are still slightly below certain brands like Secret Labs as well as Victorage, and this is because they are in between the regular as well as the high-end, the premium side. That's where I believe that pricing wise they are good. They fit my budget, and in terms of quality, the comforts, the requirement that I have been asking, they are there as well for me. So that's the reason that I've chose this brand called Thomas. Despite they are new in the markets, but they are able to pitch to certain group of people, and that I believe that if they are able to position themselves continuously in such a manner, in such a way, that they'll be able to upgrade themselves with the newer range in the future to the mid to high-end markets. I hope this simple video will be able to help you to understand how we can position ourselves even before we start selling something, even before we put ourselves in the markets, right? In the using certain campaigns. If you like this video, let us know what is your biggest takeaway in the comment box below. At the same time, I do have a private Facebook group in which I'm now opening to more people to join us for free, in which I'm going to share with you a lot more tips, a lot more ideas and strategies that you can use for your business. This is actually meant for my past students who took up my programs, but now I am opening up for more people for limited time, so that you'll be able to network better, so that you'll be able to get more ideas to implement in your business. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and do come back often, as I have more videos ready for you. Till then, I'll catch up with you. See you and bye.